everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Anup Singh. You are watching AeroTech Advance YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss the chapter number 1, that is Introduction and Historical Background. This chapter is related to Introduction to Aeronautics subject. So guys, in second year you can find out the Introduction to Aeronautical is one of the subject offering many of the university and college in aeronautical or aerospace engineering. Introduction to Aeronautics is a very basic subject, and with the help of that the fresher student for aeronautical engineering understand the basic knowledge of core subjects that is coming in 4th semester, 5th semester and 6th semester up to the 8th semester. So the ITA, the Introduction to Aeronautics, the short form is ITA, is very important subject that provide a overview knowledge or basic idea about all 4 specialization what we are offering in B.Tech program. That is, the first one is aerodynamics, second one is aircraft structure, third one is aircraft propulsion, and fourth one is avionics. So this all the 4 specialization is very important, and this Introduction to Aeronautics is the best subjects the most of the university and college are offering to spread the knowledge and spread the awareness to the students about this all 4 specialization in aero domain. It's maybe aeronautical engineering, it's maybe aerospace engineering. So let's start this video or this lecture. So guys, in today lecture we are going to discuss the related to historical development and its introduction. This whole chapter is related to that development of the flight in the history. So guys, if you see the earlier starting of the concept of the flight is coming with the invention of the kite, and it's generally invented the Chinese people, and after that we can find out there is an invention of engine. That is a best example of the engine of our jet engine what we are using nowadays. That the first basic engine we are invented with the help of the name is yellow pie. So I am going to show you the figure also. Is a very basic device that give the example of the jet engine invention. Understand? So this is a earlier invention, and this is the starting of invention of a concept of flying device or engine. For the century if you see, in this case, for the human try to attain the flight, basically for century human try to attain the flight by building a wings and mimicking birds. Our muscles were not sufficient or our body ill designed for this task. That's the reason we are find out failure at the very beginning of this experiment. After that, this is a device what I have shown. This is the best example what we have find out in at very earlier starting of the concept. This is a concept of jet engine, and you can find out it is working, it's spinning around it with the help of steam, and you can also find out the videos also in the YouTube you can find out. Then after you can find out during the 1400 BC, at 1485, Leonardo da Vinci. So guys, Leonardo da Vinci is an inventor of ornithopter. So over the year, Leonardo da Vinci created hundreds of illustration and design dealing with the concept of flight, and his most famous contribution is the ornithopter. Through this device was never built, its concept led to the creation of the modern day helicopter. Understand, this is the best example of the Leonardo da Vinci what we are find out during 1485, and nowadays also we can find out there is a lots of thing is going on related to ornithopter. Then after, during 1783, the one of the scientists, the brother, that is Montgolfier brothers, that is Joseph and Jacques, that is a Montgolfier brothers designed and constructed the first hot air balloon, that is a principle utilizing of hot air rise. In that brothers, or you can say the scientist, made a silk balloon was filled with the smoke air attached to a basket. In 1783, the first passenger took a flight in a balloon where a roster, ship and a duct, that is a flight during that. So no human beings are taken a first passenger on that flight. That is an animal, and birds are we have used in that case. And then they attain a first height of 6,000 feet and flew about a mile. In November 1783, Jean Francios, one minute guys, Jean Francios, Roger and Franciscus Laurent become the first human to fly in a balloon. So guys, this is a guy that get a experience to fly in a balloon during 1783. This is a device. If you see the old movie, you can find out these types of balloon. The Montgolfier brothers are invented. Then after, during the 1799 and 1850, George Cayley spent many years exploring the concept of gliders and building a many gliders design that used human movement to control flight. Over 50 years, he worked to perfect glider design, and he work led to many wing design that maximized airflow, radar attachment for directional control, and the concept of bicycle style glider. So guys, don't confuse what I am explaining. Once we are going to see the first chapter, basic aerodynamics, then you can understand bicycle, what is called bicycle and what is called. So bicycle basically two wing and one outer of the landing gear. Understand? So he hypothesized that power flight was unnecessary or necessary for a long distance sustain the flight. That happened during the 1799 to 1850. So George Cayley worked a lot and spent 50 years. So if you see the example also, George Cayley and his design, this is made by George Cayley. There is so many gliders he made, and having the different attachment of landing gear and control surfaces. So that is a very good achievement, and we can find out very good development of flight during the 1700 to 1800. Then after, in 1891, the scientist Otto Lilienthal was a German engineer who was fascinated with the flight. So what he was doing, so let's see, his work lead to the first glider that could carry a person. Understand, if you see in this photo, if it is visible, over the year he wrote a definite books of the aerodynamics and improved his glider design, and made over the 2500 flight. That is a really amazing. He made over the 2500 flights, and he tragically died during one of his flight. And his design and book and flight were pivotal to the efforts of the Wright brothers. So Wright brothers utilized his effort and made some update and make some very good Lilienthals. After that, 1891, Samuel P. Langley was one of the first people to successful added to the power plant to the glider. So glider is already invented. Understand? But the Samuel Langley, what is done, he successfully added the engine. Understand? Power plant engine to the glider. His miniature steam powered glider for 1/4 mile before his ran of the fuel. Means he done one of the testing that is successful 3/4 of the mile. Understand? And he was given a grant of money from the USA to create a small size version of his model. But what happened? It was too heavy to fly. And after several failures, Samuel B. Langley abandoned his project. If you see here, I given the figure, so you can understand. He tried a lot. He got the grant also, but he was failed. So this is the journey of Samuel P. Langley. After in 1894, Octave Chanute was fascinated with the aviation. So what he was done, he gathered up and analyzed all the aviation achievement and appliances he could find, and he focused on the technical aspect, and he wrote the book. That book name is Progress in Flying Machine. Understand? Progress in Flying Machine. Then Wright brothers would come to rely heavily upon this book, and they also communicate with Octave Chanute about their work. Understand? So this is the achievement of Octave Chanute. After that, at the finally in 1903, Orville and Wilbur brothers are came into the picture. So Wright brothers were determined to achieve the flight. They basically study the history of the flight, failures, success of the past, and read all the available literature and past design. Then Cayley design was carefully examined. They built a wind tunnel to test the wing design. After deciding on a design, they added 12 horsepower engine. On December 17th at 10:35 am, Wright brothers, or you can say Orville Wrights, made the first record powered flight at Canhawk. Understand? So this is an amazing experience or experiment done by the Wright brothers. You can see in this picture, this is an engine. This is an engine. What's the Wright brother are used in the glider, and this is a biplane wing glider used by the Wright brother and took the first flight. Then after the invention of successful, then Chunk Eager and X1 is a serve as a pilot during the World War II. He became one of the alliance are the pilot, one of the few people shot down at MiG 262 jet plane. Understand? After that invention, there is a updations of the plane is take place. He become one of the most well-known test pilot in the history of aviation. That is Chunk Eager and X1. Then October 14th, 1947, piloting a Bell X1 plane, Chunk become the first person. Understand? Chunk is the first person break the sound barrier. That is, break the sound barrier means traveling faster than the sound. He would return to the military service for a while, and after that, in October 14th, 1997. On the 50th anniversary of his achievement, Eager was the first to repeat to his trump while piloting a modern plane, that is F-15 fighter jet plane. So guys, Eager is one of the best served pilot what we are finding during the 1900. So that is great achievement, and you can find out is the plane also. Okay, and this person Chunk Eager and X1 flight, this is X1. Okay, so now after we are going to see the some very important definition in the introduction part. So the very basic question is come before starting this the main chapters in introduction to flight, that is what is aviation. So guys, aviation refer to the operation of heavier than air flying machine, and in education, aviation is the discipline designed to prepare professional for the employment in flying, research and development, and also in industries, but related to aviation industries. So guys, this is a proper definition of aviation. Here I am showing in my PPT because many of the students don't know what is aviation, and these types of question you can find out easily in the interview. Understand? Maybe you are attending the interview for airport related job or basic aircraft company. So what is aviation? That is very important. After that, the definition, what is aeronautics? Guys, you are doing aeronautics. study but don't know what is aeronautics. So here I have mentioned. So if you see the definition of aeronautics, aeronautics is the mathematics and mechanism of flying objects, in particular airplane. In education, aeronautics is the study of science of flight. Understand? So I hope so you are understand what is aeronautics. Aeronautics is the study of the science of flight. And branch of aeronautics, aerodynamics, is the study of how the air flow around the aircraft. So that is related to aerodynamics definition. Let's see what is the means of aeronautics, how that word is come. So aero is the Greek word and that is signifying the air, and nautics, that is also a Greek word, that is means of sailor. So that's the reason we are used that word aeronautics. Aeronautics come, that is a Greek language. Then after we are going to see the definition of what is aircraft and airplane. The students or candidates simply using this word. This is a very common word. What is aircraft and airplane? But you know what is aircraft and airplane. So let's see. The aircraft is any machine. Guys, aircraft is any machine capable of atmospheric flight. It's referred to any flying machine that is supported by its own ability to float or by action of air on its structure. That is called aircraft. Guys, very important definition. This question also asking very frequently in the interview. Let's see for airplane. Airplane is a machine that is propelled by an engine. Airplane is a flying machine that is propelled by an engine and use a fixed aerodynamic surface, that is called wing, to generate the lift. So that is called airplane. So let's see the related to airplane. The airplane, every airplane is a aircraft. Every airplane is the aircraft, but not every aircraft is the airplane. If you see the definition what I teach you, airplane is what? Airplane is a space shuttle, glider and helicopter. Understand? Airplane is space shuttle, glider and helicopter. Airplane is a aircraft, but not every aircraft is an airplane. So this difference is also very important. Understand? So guys, the now question is coming that why there is so many types of airplane and aircraft is available nowadays. So here I have mentioned the reason. Every modern aircraft is built for a specific purpose. This is also an interview question, guys. Understand, many of the students are failed in these types of question. Why we are using the different types and so many types of airplane and aircraft? So students always forget to give the proper answer. So guys, this is a reason. The purpose is defining the so many types of airplane and aircraft. Different altitudes, different speed, different weight carrying capacity and different performance. This parameter is deciding the purpose. This parameter is deciding the purpose of aircraft. That's the reason. Now in this case similar, there will be a two category of aircraft we already know, that is jet aircraft and passenger aircraft or airplane. Understand? In jet airplane we already know that is a very lightweight, highly maneuver and fast flying aircraft carrying small amount of weight and including fuel and must refuel on a long flight. So this is a feature of the jet flight. If you see the feature of the passenger airplane, that is larger and carrying more wing, flying longer distance, less maneuverable and slow because it's a big in size, and less stability as compared to the jet airplane. Jet airplane also having less stability as compared to the passenger airplane. So guys, we have discussed later about the stability. So I hope so you guys are understand why there is so many airplanes. So this is the first chapter, introduction and historical background, and I hope so you guys are understand this chapter. In first chapter, that is only the introduction part and historical development of the flight. and I expected everyone is understand this chapter. Is very small chapter. The next chapter is related to basic aerodynamics that we are going to see. And if you guys have any question related to this first chapter, historical background and some definition, that is very important related to your interview questions and any competitive exam, so you can ask in the comment box. And very soon my second chapter videos are going to come in my YouTube channel. So guys, thank you so much for watching my this video. Thank you.